Hello and welcome to the second part of our news. Now, I know a lot of you seemed to like it last week, but I have to apologise immediately because I have a flu or a cold or swine flu or bird flu or some sort of hideous infection inside my brain. It's going to make my head explode on camera probably. That's kind of the way it feels inside, but we'll get on. Game face on, here we go. First up in the news, a lot to get through tonight, so first up in the news is Volkswagen are giving away free tax and insurance on all purchases of their VW cars in April. New cars, obviously. It's an important step because whatever about tax, most of their cars, most of the VW cars are in tax band A or B, okay, until you get up to the kind of mental cars. But most of them are in tax band A or B. So that's not a huge bill, but you know, 160 quid in your pocket's better off. But your insurance could be a big bill. Of course, terms and conditions apply. It is only for the next couple of days. You've got to get to the dealer tomorrow and make the best of it because it's only for April. And the news, of course, has just started, so you'll have to forgive us for catching up. Also, VW Bank are obviously funding the purchase of an awful lot of new cars because our own banking system is broken. Because idiots broke it. And of course, we have VW Bank now in Ireland who are doing, we'll say the Volkswagen Up will cost you, well, it says here, the Volkswagen Up is available just €99 a month. And I hear great reports about the VW Up. Polo for just 149 quid a month, a Golf for just 199 quid a month, and a Jetta from €199 a month. Get into your Volkswagen dealership, retailer, whatever you want to call them. You can also find Volkswagen on Facebook, not only Volkswagen.ie, but Facebook.com as a Volkswagen page as well. Sticking with Volkswagen for a minute, Volkswagen commercials. This is a very good offer now. I spotted this when we were going along here, and I was at a day in Mondello recently where I got to hoon around the track in a couple of cars as well. But at that day, they announced their size doesn't matter thing, okay? That is not really to do with the thing you think it is. The idea is that for a fixed price of €129, you can have your van of any age, as long as it's a VW, serviced at a main dealer VW. And that's a proper service. Now it's a proper oil change service and a check over and a whole show. A 48-point comprehensive service is an additional €19. But in fairness, 129 quid. Yeah, I'm sure you can afford 119 quid. To kind of push it on a bit. Now it doesn't matter what the model, size or age is, okay, that's the three parts of it. It doesn't really matter what your van is, as long as the VW van have it serviced at the main dealers for 129 quid. It's absolutely worth it because the engine oil alone for a VW Caddy, I believe from Halfords, is more than that. You know, it's just for the engine oil, alright? So it is definitely worth. Have a look at it. Tip in a little insider information for you. Even if you're not due a service for a couple of months, if you book it with your dealer now, you'll still pay the same price in a couple of months' time. Tell them I sent you. Okay? News from Audi. Audi are making a massive investment into Ireland. €80 million into facilities in Ireland. That will be creating 260 new jobs. You notice how this doesn't make the main news? Anyway. Andrew Doyle, who is the MD of Audi Ireland, a very nice chap, investment will ensure that we provide a state-of-the-art dealership facilities and exceptional customer service that has to be expected of a number one premium marque in Ireland. Basically what they're doing is creating more dealerships, well not more dealerships, they're upgrading more dealerships. They have these massive investment that's going on, and I have to congratulate Audi who are putting their money where their mouth is. It's very important to Ireland to be able to create 260 new jobs. There's nothing, I mean, God, we need every job we can get at the moment, especially in the motoring industry. It's nice to see it all pushed forward. I'd also like to see the SIMI make more of a deal out of that, and our main evening news will be just nice. Creating of 260 new jobs, brilliant. Anyway, moving on to another problem. Ireland is, well, a backwater when it comes to superstition, okay? But I'm sure this is going to happen in other parts who have the date on their license plate. Basically, next year is 2013, and Ireland, being a superstitious bunch, decided that, SIMI decided that, and a few other people, have thought that maybe some buyers will put off buying a car in 2013 because they don't want 13 on their license plate. Very unlucky. I've seen license plates with 666 at the end of them, and no one seems to mind that. But anyway, they still want to get rid of it. And there's been a lot of heel dragging, a lot of messing around, and a lot of changes to stuff. Basically, our Gardaí do not want to change the 13 at the beginning of it, 13D, whatever the last bit of license plate is, because it's very easy recognised by people. So when an incident happens, people remember at least part of license plates, okay? So they don't want to change anything. And that's fair balls, absolutely. I think that they're absolutely right on that. They shouldn't change it just for the sake of a bloody 13 number, okay? One man, Mark Granger, from Dunlees in Kilcullen, also runs clearmotors.ie, is very worth looking at. He has come up with a solution of sorts. And the idea is to change. This is so easy. You know what? We have all them government employees. We have all of those SIMI dudes and all out there. They're all running around the place. No one knows what to do. And this is so simple. If you turn an E the other way around, if you turn a 3 the other way around, it's an E. So one E, and then you have the rest of the license plate. So it doesn't change anything. It just takes the 3 off. That's all it's doing. It's just changing the 3 for an E, and you still wind up with 13D, but it's one E. Simple. Congratulations, Mark Granger from clearmotors.ie, Dunlees and Kilcullen. A good thought, good idea. Probably no one will do it because it's far too simple and too easy, and God forbid that the wheels of the world will have to stop turning to put an E where there is a 3. News from Ford. Dynamic new Ford Transit Custom brings new levels of style and functionality to the 1-ton market. And here it is. Yes, that's a van. More importantly, it's a Ford Transit. To me, it looks a little bit out of proportion for some strange reason. It looks like the wheels are too small or something on the van. I think the current Transit is much prettier looking than that. That will be, they say it's optimised bulkhead and load space design, enables short wheelbase model to carry 3 Euro pallets, loaded to at least 1 metre high. How big is a Euro pallet? Anyway, low through hatch and a bulkhead. I'm sure it's important to, people who drive vans. Class leading width between the wheel arches. Has 8 feet by 4 feet. It says boards can be easily accommodated flat on the floor or stored vertically if required. So that's important as well. Class leading height and width of sliding doors. Yep. All top-notch stuff. Easy clean load floor liner. I know nothing about commercial vehicles, right? If it's a car or a van, I'll drive it, but don't ask me to understand how it all works. Anyway, that's for the 1-ton market, which means it's the smaller of the lot of vans. It also has a low running cost starting 2.2 litre Duratorque TDCI engine available, 100 PS, 195 PS, 155 PS power ratings. Understand that bit, alright. Strange, never included any prices with it, but sure, we'll see. It's only been announced. I'm sure your Ford dealership will be anxiously waiting to get a hold of that one. Me, I know nothing about vans. So, moving on to electric cars. Electric cars I do kind of understand. Renault, since you had some, when we released the car, when I did the video of the car, and we did the Renault ZE car recently, and I let out a lot of questions. There was an awful lot of responses about the kind of monthly lease of this battery. Okay, it became a massive problem for people. A lot of the stumbling block for a lot of people was the battery lease immediately. So Renault are going to give you 2 years free on the battery. Okay, so that's their solution to it. So the first 2 years while you own the car, you won't pay any lease on the battery. You'll also have a 5-year unlimited warranty. Okay. They also have extended test drives, which means that was a big thing in my video as well, was not just to get the car for a little test drive up and down the road for 5 meters, was to go for a proper long test drive. So Renault have stuck in 1 month test drive, so you can get the car and keep it at home for a month. You still have to charge it now, don't forget. They're not going to pay for the charging for you, but you'll have to get you charge outside your own house, you put in your own things, do all the stuff that you're supposed to do, but you can have it for up to a month. Battery rental starts at 82 quid a month including VAT. 2 years free battery rental saves the customer €2,300. It's 2,300 quid for 2 years of owning the battery. So the battery rental being kaput. The extended test drive thing is worth doing. I have to say, I am to some degree a fan of electric cars. I'm not a massive fan of electric cars. I think they have a place in our future. They're not here to replace your car. Okay. Having said that, get one for an extended test drive if you're capable of, because they are very good and very interesting, very useful. They soon become part of your life very quickly. So, best of luck to anyone who's buying a Renault ZE car. I actually have a man who's been emailing me the last while, has got the what he believes to be the first one delivered to him in Ireland. So he has that one. He's going to give me updates as to how he's going with that car. That ended the news. A quick update on the Next Gear ourselves. Still to come, video-wise, there is the Audi A4 Avant. There is a BMW 640 diesel test that's very good, I think. BMW 1 Series to come as well, and a mighty 520 ED. There's a horde of cars that come down the road, including the VW Up. We also have the Golf Cabriolet, which will be coming over summer as well. There's so many cars to do. Again, if you want to get in touch with me, bobflav@thenextgear.com. If you have news to come for yourself, stick it in there. I'll see if I can get the news up as it is. News is going, it's now starting to flood up a little bit. There is quite a bit of news that people want to get into this little segment. I'm delighted. This is only week 2 of it. I haven't done this before, so I'm going to put this one up, and then we'll see next week what happens then. So if you have news between now and then, please get in touch. Don't forget, it's bobflav@thenextgear.com, or go to the Next Gear website and click on contact. Get in touch as soon as you can. Don't mess around. I enjoy doing the news. It's a bit of crack, and I'll see you next week.